Good morning and welcome back to another video, and today is another day of daily gold. Now just stick around and enjoy the video. Okie dokie. Right, so today is another episode of Daily Gold, and today we're going to be going over the goal for the day, for starters, of course. Nice to make a little routine. And what we actually have is 133,768 gold. That's pretty damn good. Obviously we created Vial of the Sands yesterday and we've sold both of them that we actually crafted. So therefore that's pretty damn good. We're going to have to redo some Vial of the Sands today, as well as a mechanized chopper, which I actually showed you guys in yesterday's video. So technically we only sold like 100,000 gold's worth for today, but yesterday obviously we had a mechanized chopper sell when we were recording the video. So 133,000. Other things of note besides the two Vial of the Sands and the mechanized chopper is emerald pigment for 129 of those for 5,588 gold. Other things of note is the Crush and Thrush and Roller Controller for 2,750 gold. And a Macabre Marionette, which is that battle pet from the Day of the Dead, and that was for 1,371 gold. And overall that's pretty damn good in the grand scheme of things. That's like 26 males equaling to 133,000. I'm pretty damn happy with that. That's actually going to bring our total up quite nicely, and obviously we've been using the procs, so we're not going to be worrying all that much. So pretty damn happy with all that going forward. Obviously we do have next week, so it's less than a week now, and then SL comes out, so it's basically just keeping our stockpiles up and just making sure everything's going about quite nicely. So what are we going to be wanting to do? Okay, so TSM will gather that up. We need two more Vial of the Sands, equaling in another 18,931 gold profit, plus any of the additional stuff that we actually saved on yesterday from those procs. So that means that if we need to get a hold of any of that stuff, we can actually do that. So if we go to Zathrash and we double check that, and basically we can go onto here and just grab that up, and we can have a look at Vial of the Sands once again. So we actually don't need that many albino cavefish today because we actually saved some on that deep stone oil. Same with the Ajara's Bell and same with all that stuff right there. The only thing we're going to be really spending gold on is the other different types of stuff that moves along with that. Mechanized chopper, we won't need to craft that because that's only on a recraft when we actually get to below a certain amount. So if we actually go onto our auctions right now, mechanized chopper, we've still got 5 on the auction house. So unless it's under 5, it's not going to ask me to craft any of those mounts. But if we go to Vial of the Sands, where I've still got 3 on the auction house, of course it's going to ask me to craft another 2. So we're never actually going to run out of supply, but it's just a case of aggressively reposting as well. So with this one, I just click on my mounts, I just run my council scan, have I been undercut for certain things, and we can see that my turbocharged flying machine is undercut. It's also going to be having a look at my all the mounts that we actually craft. So basically it will say for Panthers, just leave them, let them ride, otherwise we won't make any money on those. Vial of the Sands, I've actually still got the actual, I'm still on top of it, same with mechanized chopper, so if anyone goes to buy mechanized chopper or Vial of the Sands, I'm still on top of it, so they're going to be buying my stuff, so that's all good. I'm quite happy with that right there. And overall, let's actually just rescan and rebuy all of our stuff that's actually going about. Obviously we can see a couple of things that are picking up in price, which is volatile fire and all that stuff, but remember TSM will account for that as well, so don't worry too much with all of that stuff right there. So just a case of doing all of that jazz, and then we can see if we can actually craft any other additional things. Remember, TSM will account for all of those additional procs yesterday, so the mount will actually cost us less gold than we did yesterday, so that's always something very good right there. So what we'll do now is we'll just open up all of these different types of things, and we'll want to send that all the way over to Zathrash. So we'll send that over to Zathrash, and then actually pick up Zathrash's name once again, because we're crafting 2 more Vial of the Sands. We'll send over 60,000 gold. Obviously, it's less than that, but it's just easier just to send that, and then I can then go over to Zathrash and we can just carry on the craft. Now, obviously, I did do the craft for the Vial of the Sands yesterday. I am having to redo my Transmutation Master. Someone actually asked that question yesterday. Do I prefer Elixir Master over Transmutation Master? The answer to that question is no. I generally like both pretty much equally because they both save me gold, but I prefer to have my Elixir Master on my rogue right now, who is my main alchemist, and then Transmutation Master on the other guy, because for obvious reasons it's a personal preference really. I've had this character for a lot of years and I just don't want to mess around with all of his setups, if you know what I'm saying, because if I mess around with all of this stuff I'm going to lose a load of stuff. Like if I deleted certain things, it wouldn't end well for me. So yeah, other than that, let's just have a gander. We still have those 11 Deepstone Oils, we still have that Flask of Winds, and we still have the Titanic Strength. What we need to do is buy 25, so 25 Crystal Vials. We want Sands of Time, we're going to want 16 of those, and then we're going to actually do the Pyrian Laced Vials, and then Bing Bang Bush, we've got that all there. Now we can actually do our craft for all of that stuff. And by the way, it's 11,000 we still have left over from our 60,000 we sent over, so I'm quite happy with that. That's pretty cool. I'm quite happy with the savings. And we'll just open up all of that right there, and then we'll just crack on and get crafting, I guess. So, transmutation of the true gold, obviously you would want the Transmute Master, but as of yesterday I had a look and I just realised that when I was actually doing my engineering thing, I actually deleted the Alchemist with Transmutation Master on it because I was going to do transmutations today. So that is basically my task for today, is to re-get Transmutation Master on my separate Alchemist, as obviously I removed a couple of alchemists who had that trait, and for the engineering for the Sky Golem, and yeah, I'm gonna have to reset that with Nestragosa, my DK, because she's got like a spare slot for professions, so it just makes sense for me to do that. So let's have a look at all of this. We will be able to see what we've got left over. Obviously we're going to hit procs when it comes to all of this stuff, and we can actually just see this going forward. So this should be hopefully quite good in the grand scheme of things, because yeah, it's going to be pretty good. We actually just procced 5. We've just procced 5 Titanic Strength in one go. I'm quite happy with that. Can't really complain overly that much. And with Deepstone Ore, we're obviously going to proc a few more bits and all that stuff. And it's just a case of resetting all of our stuff. Obviously, I don't know what's actually going on here. It's not actually showing up my my different potions and all that stuff. So what we'll do is we'll go to Winds and we'll just craft it directly from TSM right there. So that's going to be pretty good. I'm happy with it. Obviously, I would be showing the transmutation stuff today, but Dipstick over here just messed that up overall. Actually, we actually aren't getting any procs for our Flask of Winds. Ah, sad days. But at least we actually got some procs on that. So let's craft the Vial of the Sands. Bing, bang, bush, and then we've still got Titanic Strength left over. We've still got some Deepstone Oil left over, so I'm quite happy with that. We can still make some more savings as they cost 269 gold to buy out, so that's a nice little saving on there. So let's send that over to Giblet and we'll actually crack on with all of our restocks and all of that jazz. So I can't actually complain. And by the way, one little tidbit that you may actually want to know: if you're in TSM and you go to other, you can actually set a gold amount to your banker. So if you set it, obviously my one is Giblet, is my banker, main banker. I can actually set my limit on here, so that's 500 gold. When I say send gold, yeah, I send it and it zeroes everything off that that Zathrash only has 500 gold in his bag from the limit, and then it will send any of the excess over to Giblet. So Giblet's now got 10,699 gold sent over to him, and that's I found that out just like a little while ago, and I found that to be really handy because obviously I'm still learning stuff like random little tidbits when it comes towards TSM and all that stuff, and I really found that really interesting, and that was really helpful. And I never knew that actually existed, so learn something new every day, I guess. And yeah, it's pretty damn good. So what we'll do is we'll go over to Giblet right now, and then we can just have a look at what he's actually planning on doing moving forward, and then we can then just start editing a load of stuff and all that jazz with all that stuff moving forward. Obviously, you probably haven't noticed that I haven't done any farming for the last few days. That is because I'm actually currently just selling through loads of stuff from my bank, and my guild bank and all that stuff. Not the stuff that we stockpiled, but all the additional stuff that I don't need. And I'm setting up all of my gear as well. Hence why I'm focused on crafting at the moment, is because I need to free up some time to actually gear my characters up, because some of them have pretty piss poor gear levels, so I would like them to not die as soon as I actually get in. So we'll take that 10,000 gold back. We're at 212,000 gold on there, and then we can actually jump on our mighty caravan of Brutosaur, and because if we do a cancel scan on that, once again, just to double check because it can change, and we're still up to date with the Vial of the Sands, and we're still first, so we're not going to post those Vial of the Sands to undercut, we'll just hold it right there. But what we can do is plan out our next plan of attack moving forward, which would probably be the flying carpet mount, but obviously you've seen me make that so many times. But realistically, this is basically what I've been doing. I'm just doing crafting at the moment, resupplying, crafting, resupplying, and it seems to be working quite well. And overall, it's actually kind of nice to actually do some gearing up before Shadowlands, because I always get excited when that happens, and it's just generally nice overall. So other than that, guys, have an awesome rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow. If you want to support the channel and help make the channel even better, then why not check out the Patreon? Members get additional info, gold making resources, and Patreon specific content. The link is located in the description down below. Thank you and have an awesome day.